Hello, my name is Mandy. I am with Scott Leroy Marketing, and today's class is Smart Plans Overview. I'm going to explain to you everything a smart plan can do for you and also help you learn how to create them from scratch, to customize it just for your business's needs, and also how to find pre-created or pre-made smart plans so that you can hit the ground running today and start implementing these for your business. It's a great way to automate your command. If you're here with me live, go ahead and drop any questions or chat or comments in the chat, and I'll be happy to help get those answered for you. If I don't answer them as I'm going through class, no worries. I'm going to stay for a couple of minutes afterwards just to help make sure that we get all of those answered for you. And if you're listening to this back on recording, you can always reach out to us via email. That's support@scottleroymarketing.com. And I'm going to drop those links in the chat for you guys for the ones that are just coming in. That way you've got them. Welcome, welcome. Kind of got a big crowd for today. I was thinking with family reunion, there wouldn't be very many people here today, but this is great. I'm glad you guys are working on your business. All right. So, smart plans. The first thing I want to help distinguish is there's a difference between smart plans and email campaigns. Right over here on your left in your command, if you ever need to click out the titles of the icons, you can click that red square and it will show them to you. Smart plans lives right here. Your campaigns live right here. Campaigns does have an email option. It's kind of like a one and done email. Think about something you would do for either an open house or an event or a just listed. That's great for email campaigns. Smart plans are going to be a little more robust than that. They can automatically send emails for you. They can create tasks for you, create call reminders. They can also send bulk text to your database as well if you have Twilio set up. I'll explain that all a little bit in detail later. But let's go ahead and take a look in our Smart Plans tab right here. I want to open up a Smart Plan just to give you a visual reference for the things that I'm going to be covering in this class, just so you have some kind of basic knowledge of it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Smart Plans. And from right here, I'm just going to click Create again, just to show you what a basic Smart Plan looks like from scratch to get us started, okay? So clicking Create, you can name it what you want. I'm going to do this so we can find our little guy later. And guys, this is what a smart plan looks like when you are creating it, editing it. Over on the left-hand side are going to be your building blocks. Again, just giving you a general quick overview. We'll be circling back to this in detail in a little while, but I just want to show you, you have building blocks that you can build a smart plan with. Remember when I said it can create a task for you? It can create tasks for you automatically to help you remember to do things in your business so you're not constantly having to stop and say, wait, did I get that done? Okay, I'm on my second, third, 50th piece of business. Did I remember to do the basics? Okay, so it can create tasks for you. It can help give you a call reminder to call particular contacts. It can also send out bulk emails for you. This is a neat feature because there's basic emails that you can send, but you can also send dynamic ones that have been designed with images and links, videos, all of the things. Sending text is also an option in a smart plan. It can send out automatic text to your contacts. There is a little asterisk on that, though. You do need to have a third-party platform set up. It's called Twilio. It's a platform that allows you to text or call people, and we'll touch on that a little bit later, but that is an option here within Smart Plans. And then Smart Plans can also add your contacts to another Smart Plan for you automatically, so you're not constantly having to manually add your contacts to different Smart Plans. This will all make a little more sense in just a little bit, but again, just giving you some basic knowledge. These are building blocks in your smart plan. The center of your screen is where you actually build your smart plan. You just simply start building them by adding steps. Like maybe your first step is to send an email to that person. We're not going to get into that too much just now, but I just wanted to show you, you build it out. You add another day. Maybe the second day, you're going to make a phone call to them. Maybe a week later, you have a task to follow up on some information for them. Hopefully, you're getting the gist. And over on your right-hand side is where some editing comes in, where we can personalize these tasks, these emails, these call reminders, and I'll be showing you all that shortly. But again, this is just a basic custom smart plan. I just wanted to give you the overview. So now we're going to talk about a little bit of prep work that needs to go in, little elbow grease before you get started on your smart plans, just to make sure everything is set up the way that you want it to be in your command, especially when it comes to like sending bulk emails, right? You want to make sure your name is appearing correctly. You want to make sure that you're getting those replies back to the right email address. So let's go through a little bit of prep work that you'll want to do within your command account before jumping in to Smart Plans. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and exit out of our little guy. We're back on the Smart Plans tab, and your prep work needs to begin in your settings, your command settings. So let's go over here to the top right where your name is, and then go down to settings. So here we are in our command settings. And if you'll scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll have command email right here. You'll want to click manage. This is the email platform that command uses to send out your smart plan emails. So from here, the top part gives you an idea of how many you've already sent this month. You do get to send 5,000 free emails a month. If you have a larger database, or maybe you realize this is giving you a great return, and you want to start leveraging them heavily, you can increase that subscription right here. It's fairly inexpensive too, guys. So check that out. If you find that you're getting close to that 5,000 mark each month, you can always increase it. There is an additional charge each month to go over that 5,000. But again, that first 5,000 is free. But coming on down to the bottom, this is the setting that I want to show you here. When you send out a smart plan email, it will come from I can speak really. It will come from a particular email address. It's unique to you, the agent. It cannot be adjusted. And I'm going to show you here. I'm going to grab a smart plan example. Let me grab it here really quick for you guys so that I can show you what I mean by the email address. This is what the email address will look like that it comes from. It can't be adjusted. It's specific to you. It's actually to your benefit as an agent because those particular emails have already been set up to hopefully increase your chances of not going into the spam folder for people that you send it to. And while you can't change this, you can control the name that goes out on it, and you can also control the email account that receives any replies. So if your contacts reply to this smart plan, you get to control which inbox you receive those at. So that's what I'm trying to point out in your settings here. Come here and make sure this is the name that you want. Maybe you go by a nickname in business, like Joe Knows the Market, or maybe you have a team name. Whatever it is that you would like to appear here, go ahead and put your cursor here and make those changes. And then for the reply to email, you can choose any of the email addresses currently associated with your KW platform, or you can use this pencil down here to type in another one that maybe is not showing in the list already. Once you have those settings set, you can just click Save Changes. Okay. And again, guys, if you have any questions or comments, drop those in the chat. I'll be sure to get them answered for you by the end of class. Okay. Want to look at, since we're here again at the bottom of the settings page, is that Twilio account I was mentioning to you. It's right here. Again, platform that allows you to bulk text and call your contacts. This is optional. You do not need to have this connected in order to use Smart Plans, even if the Smart Plan includes a text step or a text building block, like we were talking about earlier. If you use a Smart Plan that has a text step in it and you do not have a Twilio account, it's okay. Command will just create a task for you to manually send that text using your own mobile device. However, if you want Command to automatically send those texts out for you, you would want to look into getting a Twilio subscription. There is a monthly cost. You can read into that right here by going to subscribe in the marketplace. I'll go ahead and pop that out on another screen just to show you. It's extremely reasonably priced. You don't have to break your bank with your marketing budget just to do this, but you can come right here to your marketplace. I should have brought us right to Twilio, but let's go open that up. And here you go. So you can look at the different credits, but it starts at $3.16 a month. So just come in here, find out what's best for your business. If this is something you would like to leverage, you can purchase it so that Smart Plans will automatically send text to your contacts. But again, totally optional. Okay. Totally optional. We've got a great question in a direct message, and it's saying, do you use your own number or a new number? Twilio does give you a number, but you have an option to choose which number it is. And if you have a previously existing Twilio number that you use that's not KW related, they may be able to transfer that number over for you so you can continue using it in business. Okay. So again, second part of our prep work here was just to touch on this Twilio right here. If you want to leverage Command that way, you can, but again, completely optional. The next thing you want to take an eye at is just your marketing profile. Chances are it's already set up for you, especially if you were set up by us here at Scott Leroy Marketing. However, again, because your branding is fixing to get sent out to a lot of people in your database, you'll want to just eyeball it and make sure it's exactly what you want. That lives right over here under Connect Settings. So again, just for general orientation, so you guys know where we're at, it's the name in the top right, Settings, Connect Settings on the left, and then Marketing Profile lives right under here. So you give that a click. You can see these are things like your headshot, your logo, your name, license number, military affiliations, your slogan, your bio. This is one of the places that it lives, along with your contact information. We have a tip video that goes through every single field in this marketing profile. If you haven't ever adjusted your marketing profile, or maybe you want to customize it a little bit more, definitely recommend checking out that tip video so it will walk you through each field. And if you make any changes, just remember to always come down here to the bottom and click Save. Oh, let me just let one more person in here from the waiting room. Welcome, everybody. And so, again, focused on the prep work here for your Smart Plan. I showed you Command Mail, I showed you Twilio, I showed you the marketing profile. There's one more Smart Plan setting back here in your command settings. You would go under Command Settings right here, Smart Plans, and then time and date. Because of the Telephone Compliance Act, there's things with that that need to ensure that texts are not sent outside of 8 p.m. and 8 p.m., excuse me, 8 a.m. and 8 p.m., that window of time. And I called it the Telephone Protection Act. What it's called is the Telephone Consumer Protection Act. That's the TCPA that you see right there. Okay. And so what it needs to do is it needs to ensure that any text that you send out through your smart plans need to only be sent within that window of 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So you'll just want to make sure that your correct time zone is showing right here. If it's not, go ahead and make that adjustment. You want to be in compliance. And once you choose your time zone from that drop down, just click save when you're done. Okay. And last but not least, One more piece of prep work is your contacts. You want to make sure they're good and prepped and ready for your marketing, right? So over here is your contacts tab, second icon down. I'm just going to click on that briefly just to bring you here and touch on the fact that you can go ahead and begin adding tags to your contacts so that you know which ones are already ready to be added to a smart plan, meaning they've got that primary email address so they can receive those bulk emails you're sending. If you choose to use one for text, you want to make sure that the contacts you're adding to that one have a primary phone number on file as well so that they can receive those texts. Things like that. So you can come and go through your contacts here, add tags, make sure that they are good and ready and have all their needed pieces of information so that you can add them to your smart plans. We'll touch back in again on contacts towards the end of class when I show you how to bulk add contacts to a smart plan. That way, you'll know how to find the contacts that have all of those pieces of information. And I'll even show you how to find the contacts that don't and they need it. So you'll be able to add a tag maybe that says needs information or call to get email, that kind of thing. Also, by the end of class, I'll make sure you're prepared and can actually start a monthly neighborhood nurture smart plan right at the end of class. You'll already have everything you need to go ahead and get that started today. A monthly neighborhood nurture smart plan is an automated email that your command can send out. It has a neighborhood snapshot in it. It has a map of the neighborhood. It has the current listings that are available in that neighborhood, and it can be customized for your contacts here based on whichever neighborhood they're interested in. And the content's already created for you. So it's pretty nifty and it's really good leverage to start nurturing your database. Everybody in your database needs that, right? It doesn't matter if they own real estate right now and they want to keep an eye on their current market so that they have an idea of what their asset is worth, how their equity is doing, or maybe they're looking to buy real estate, or maybe they're just a tire kicker or an open house junkie, somebody that just wants to be able to keep an eye on the market. Either way, everybody could really benefit from being on that monthly neighborhood nurture. So I'll show you how to get that set up by the end of class today. So again, right here on contacts, just wanted to encourage you to come and make sure that you've got them filtered, you've got them tagged. So I'm going to briefly just show you how to add that tag really quick, and then we'll move back over to the Smart Plan tab. You can use your filters right here to begin to find the contacts that have the information on file already that can let them be added to a Smart Plan. You'll want to use your advanced filters right up here at the top. And you can come here and add a filter and say, I want to see the contacts that have a primary email address on file. Make sure the field is not empty, which means they have something in the primary email field. And then maybe you also want to make sure they have a phone number on file because if your smart plan that you're going to use has a phone number for a call reminder or it has a text step in it, you'll just want to make sure they have a primary phone on file and that that field is not empty. So this is how you can come and use your advanced filters to find those contacts and you click apply. I'm not going to do that because we already have our class demo set up, but you would want to click apply and it will show you the contacts that already have that information, primary phone and a primary email. From there, you can add a tag to these contacts. That way you've got a mark that, yes, those are the ones that I want to go ahead and add to a particular smart plan. So you can select all, make sure right here that you're viewing up to 500 contacts per page, select all, and from your bulk action menu that appears right here, you can go to add tags. From here, you can add whatever tag you want. If you want it to just literally be called Smart Plan Ready, if you don't already have a tag named that, you can create a tag, choose the name, choose the color, and you can create a tag. You can add multiple tags this way to multiple people. Notice that it still has that one tag selected that we just created, and I'll go ahead and click Submit. It may take it a second to update. You should see a banner over here in the bottom right. And over here, let me see if I can slide my little guys over so you can see the tags. Now you see the tag added Smart Plan Ready. So again, just wanted to briefly show you how to add tags to your contacts as part of your prep work to get them prepped and ready to go onto a Smart Plan. Now let's move back over to our Smart Plans tab. I'm going to give you some general navigation of what that tab looks like and then show you how to get those pre-made Smart Plans that are ready to go so that you can start leveraging these today. So again, Smart Plans tab over here on the left. Some of these blue boxes popping up. KW did have security updates around October, November of last year. They are a little strict now, or I should say a little more strict on some links that you can share, like through emails and things like that. They're just trying to keep an eye out to make sure that nothing is coming across as spam or um, unsafe links, basically. And so you'll see this pop up and you can click to learn more here if you're interested. We're going to go ahead and X that out. Just FYI, they reappear no matter how many times you X them out. Um, but also the next blue box is your Twilio account is not connected. So you may see this again, guys, totally optional. But if you want to look into that more, you can always subscribe right here or choose the learn more option and it'll teach you a little bit more about it. I'm going to go ahead and X them out just so we can see this a little bit better. But again, they come back. So right here is your Smart Plans dashboard. Okay, we're going to explore this whole thing by the end of class. But just to give you some general navigation, right here, what you're seeing are smart plans that have already been added to your smart plans, hence the tab, My Smart Plans. These can be smart plans that you've created from scratch by going up here to create. It could also be those pre-made smart plans that you've come back here to your library and gotten and downloaded. We're going to jump into this little guy in a minute. But it shows you the name of the smart plan in the first column. Notice you have a little arrow. Anytime you see that in command, it means there's some hidden options there. So you can click the arrow. Let me click you a better arrow. Oh, there you go. So here for this smart plan, it still gives us the name, but now it's showing us those steps. Remember, I showed you those building blocks on the left-hand side? These are those. So this particular smart plan on day one would create a task for you, the agent, that is due immediately. In day 3, 2 days later, it creates another task for you. Day 5, after the smart plan begins, it reminds you to make a call. Day 7, it will send an email. It's an open house invitation and it sends it out to everybody that you have added to this smart plan. Day 9, it sends a text to those folks. Hello, and is customized to use the contact's first name. How are you? Okay, so it just gives you a little preview of all the steps included in that smart plan that you're looking at, just as a little preview. Over on the right-hand side, the next column is contacts. Even though a smart plan is sitting right here in your My Smart Plans, it's only activated once you add a contact to it. Otherwise, it's sitting here doing nothing, okay? You deactivate a smart plan by removing the contacts from it. So you can see right here, this smart plan and all of these others that you just see a dash for the contacts, they're deactivated. They're just sitting here like bumps on a pickle. They're not doing a thing. But the one that a contact is added to, that one's active. That contact is currently moving through all of those steps on that smart plan. When you add another contact, let's say this little guy, he's been on this smart plan, let's say 2 days, 3 days, and I want to add somebody else to them, you can. That new contact you add will start right back on day one. The contacts will start the smart plan based on the day that you add them to that smart plan. They're not late, they're not behind, they're not going to automatically just be started on day 5 of the smart plan. Okay. So I hope that's clear. Again, let me know if you got questions. But that's what this column is showing you. Whether this smart plan is active, like this one is, and it gives us a little eyeball. You can always click that to see exactly what contacts are currently on that smart plan. And this is how you would remove them to deactivate them. So if you ever find yourself making a mistake, or maybe you realized, oh my gosh, my name is spelled wrong in that email, and you need to stop the smart plan, this is how. You'd come click on that little eyeball and just click remove all. It will remove all the contacts from the smart plan, making it deactivated. And again, it goes back into pickle bump status, right? Let's go through the other columns here. It just shows you when the smart plan was created, how long it lasts, right? Like, so the one we looked at the steps, it was a 9-day duration. And how many total touches? Touches are different than steps. Steps are those building blocks: email, call, task reminder. Those are your steps. The touches are how many times that you actually interact with your contact. How many times are they directly reached out to? Remember that smart plan, it had a text step, it had an email step, and it had a call step. That's 3 touches. That's 3 times that that contact is being interacted with. Okay. Over here on the right, you have actions. The little picture of a plus sign is how to add a contact to the smart plan. I'm going to show you before the end of class, though, a much easier way to do it. This little option right here is kind of limited. You'll only be able to add like 20 contacts at a time. And if you have a massive database, that's going to be too much time for you. So I'll show you by the end of class how to get them bulk added in groups of 500. Okay. Pencil right here is to edit that smart plan. We'll be getting into this shortly. And then the 3 dots on the far right-hand side allow you to either copy that smart plan. Maybe you created it from scratch, but you noticed, hey, there's something I really want to change. So the next time I start sending it out to contacts, I want to make an adjustment. So just make a copy of it and edit your copy. You can also publish to the library. Maybe you've created a custom smart plan that's really working great for you. You're getting a lot of response out of your database, and you want to share the wealth. You want to share that with other KW associates. So you could choose to publish it to the library, and other KW associates and agents can download that smart plan and use it for their own business. The other option is to delete. It would delete the smart plan. If it is a custom smart plan that you created right here yourself and you delete it, there is no undo button. It is gone. Please keep that in mind. But if it's a smart plan you grabbed from the library, you downloaded, and you delete it, it just removes it from right here in your My Smart Plans. And you can always come back up to the library and download it again if you need to. Okay. You do have some sort options right here if you want to. You have some page turners down here if you need to flip through, like we have a crazy amount of smart plans. You probably don't have this much, but if you ever need to flip through your little guys, you can do it here. And that's just some general orientation of your smart plans tab here. Now let's move into those ready-made smart plans that you can go grab today. I'm going to highlight some for you and show you how to get those added into your My Smart Plans. Okay, so let's go up to our library tab. Is where all the smart plans go to live that are available to all KW associates. Some have been created by KW themselves. I will show you those. They are great. And then some of them are created by other agents. So I'm going to give you this disclaimer. The disclaimer is if it's authored by KW, it's ready to go. You don't have to worry about it possibly having another agent's branding in it or their name or a wrong date. They're ready to go. They're made for you to be personalized to you, and you don't have to worry about anything being in there incorrectly. However, because a lot of these smart plans have been created by other associates that they've used in their own business, there may be the case where you will come across one that actually has that agent's information in the smart plan itself. So please be careful whenever you add a smart plan before you start activating it by adding your contacts. Make sure to click that edit pencil I showed you just a second ago. Jump in there, look through it, make sure that you're not seeing any branding that's not yours. And the other thing is, add yourself as a contact in your command database and add yourself to the smart plan. Roll through it one time, see how it works. Okay? It's just a good way to test it before you start adding contacts to it. Back here in the library, let me give you a general overview. You do have a search bar here where you can search through smart plan name, author name, or description, depending on what you're looking for. You also have filters. They're pretty handy. Maybe you're looking for a smart plan that's going to run for the first quarter of the year. You have one right here that you can choose. Or maybe you want it to be a year-long smart plan. You also can enter a particular author's name. Maybe you're looking for somebody that you've heard of that has a great ROI on these things. You can enter their name. Remember, we talked about touches. Maybe you want something super interactive that is really going to get into your database and start stirring the pot. You can definitely choose to have a higher number of touches and look at those smart plans. Maybe you want one that's already been downloaded a whole bunch, so it's kind of tried and true. Or maybe you want to go by the rating. You only want to see 5-star rating smart plans. Choose whatever filters you would like, and you can click Filter Results to view the smart plans that fit what you're looking for. You also have a category over here on the right. You can view featured smart plans, most used, top rated, or newest. If you don't choose any of those sort or field options, I want to show you what already populates here within your library. Every card that you're seeing here is a smart plan. It gives you the name of the smart plan, how long it is. There's that duration that we talked about. It shows you how many touches. So this is a monthly call plan, which means there's one touch. One time will you reach out and touch or actually speak with, interact with your contact. It gives you a little blurb about what this smart plan is and does. You'll see how many times it's downloaded, what its rating is currently out of 57. It's a 4.5 star. That's pretty high. You can see the author and when it was published. You also have a little preview, view steps button right here. So we're going to click that and I'll show you again just a preview of the steps. This is just a monthly call plan. So on day one, it will give you, the agent, a call reminder to call. And you see these little guys right here? Those are merge tags. So it will tell you the contact's first name, last name, and their phone number, all within that little task so that you have it ready to go. And it's easy peasy when you look at your task. You're not hunting and pecking through your contacts trying to find the name of the person you're calling. And then on day 31, it repeats itself an unlimited amount of times. So as soon as you download this monthly call plan, it will help you have a call reminder once a month for every single person in your database. And it will keep going so that you continue to remember to nurture your database. If you want to add this plan to your My Smart Plans, you can click download right here. I'm going to close this. There's one I actually would recommend a little bit, not better, but for today, I'm going to highlight a different call plan for you, but just giving you the outline of what this looks like with this being a smart plan. Notice we're in the featured section. There's 8 smart plans in the featured section. and it scrolls like a carousel horizontally. So we can come over here and just continue to scroll through them to see the other ones. The next section is the Keller Williams authored Smart Plans. These are the ones I told you about. When you see Keller Williams as the author, these are the ones that are ready to go today. You don't have to worry about going through them and making sure branding is wrong, things like that. You can see how many downloads these guys have had and their ratings. They're pretty high. And so let me point out a few of these here to you that would be great starters. Remember, I mentioned the monthly neighborhood nurture? The biweekly neighborhood nurture is the same thing, but the email goes out every 2 weeks instead of once a month. So this might be a different alternative that you like. Maybe you want more interactive interaction, or you have some contacts that want to be in the know a little more often than just once a month. So you may want to choose the biweekly instead of the monthly. I'm going to click over here to the right to show you where the monthly one lives, right here. So you choose whichever one you would like. For today's class, I'm going to go through the monthly neighborhood nurture one for you. So again, by the end of class, you'll be able to implement this right away. So you would want to click Add Smart Plan. So it will be added over to your My Smart Plans tab, and you can start adding contacts. So we'll click Add Smart Plan. You can change the name of it if you would like. MNN is short. And you would click Download. If you ever see this, where the download button is grayed out and it doesn't let you choose it, that just means it's already in your My Smart Plans. You've already previously downloaded it, and so you don't need to do it again. So we're going to click X since we've already got it. And let me show you just a few other ones that live back here. Clicking back to the left, KW has a quarterly call plan. This one right here repeats every 90 days, and you will get a call reminder to call everyone in your database or all the contacts that you add to the smart plan once every quarter, just to help stay in touch. This one's ready to go again. You can click Add Smart Plan and download it to your My Smart Plan. I'm going to go to the right and highlight just a couple more for you. There's a birthday smart plan and a home anniversary smart plan for Keller Williams. You will come back here in this library, and if you're looking for home anniversary or birthday, there is going to be there are gobs of smart plans for those things. But the Keller Williams authored ones are the only ones coded correctly to actually initiate based on the actual birthday and home anniversary day that you have within your contact profiles in Command. So, highly recommend these, like the home anniversary for the steps. On day one, it creates a touch task for you to actually send a gift. And then on day 7, the day of the actual anniversary, it gives you a call reminder to reach out to them that day. So a week ahead of time, it will remind you to get that gift out for them and send it. Again, it will trigger on the exact day for each of those contacts. The other home anniversary and birthday smart plans within your library here are not coded correctly. You need to be very careful because if you start using them, chances are everybody in your contacts today will get a happy birthday or home anniversary. So please watch out for that. Just again, a little disclaimer, the Keller Williams authored smart plans for home anniversary and birthday are the only ones coded correctly to pull on the actual day. Okay, going back. That's it for the Keller Williams highlighted ones. I want to come down and show you you've got some top rated smart plans next that have 5 stars. Next, underneath that is what's new. If you're looking for like cutting edge, maybe you like to pioneer, come down here and check out these new guys. They haven't been really been rated. This one, like I see a couple of them have only had like 1 download. You can come up down here and check out some of the newest stuff on the market to go ahead and be like a leader in that area, a pioneer. So check those out if you want. I do want to show you a couple more things while we're here, and that's when if you go look under Scott's name, so you look for author name and type in Scott Leroy. By the way, it's not Leroy. It's actually a two name last name. So it's Scott Leroy. And you look up his name here. We have some smart plans that we've authored. So I just wanted to highlight one to you. Let me scroll all the way down to the bottom. We have a monthly newsletter, guys, that the content is already created. We'll actually send it out for you. All you got to do is reach out to us and say, hey, I want your monthly newsletter this month. Tell us who you'd like it to go to, and we'll get that all set up for you within your command. So each month, after the first of the month, we'll have a new one. You also can see some roadmaps that we have here, open house roadmaps, database management roadmap, a farming roadmap. This is a 100-day smart plan to help you farm. So again, some great tools back here. Just come and check them out. Um, Great question. Jorge is asking, how can I see if the newsletter went out? When I'm trying not to over explain that for you, Jorge, but you can always go in the contacts profile in Command and look at their timeline and see if it was actually delivered to them or if there was an error. You would want to start there to see if it actually did go out. But again, it does go back to the fact of add yourself to the smart plan too, and that way you'll know if it went through correctly. Stephanie, for that issue, definitely recommend shooting us an email because we'll need to talk about that with you since that's like a device troubleshooting type situation. We'll need to look at that for you so we can get you an answer. I just dropped our email there in the chat. Okay. All right. So this was your preview of the library back here. Now let's travel back over to my smart plans and we're going to jump into one in depth. Okay. Those lovely blue boxes would come back. Here they are. So let me close those out again. And so two things that I want to wrap up class here with. I do want to make sure that you're able to jump into a smart plan right away. So I'm going to use that monthly neighborhood nurture smart plan as our example so that you'll be able to start leveraging that immediately. So let me just quickly go through how to get your contacts prepared for that monthly neighborhood nurture and how to get your contacts started on it. So then we'll spend the last bit of class looking again at that custom smart plan, showing you how to build your own. Okay. So for that monthly neighborhood nurture, let me show you again that sample so that you can kind of get an idea of what this looks like. So again, content's already created for you. Can't really customize any of the content, but it will include a header for you with your branding. It's pulling all the information from your marketing profile. It gives a little blurb right here, letting your contact know these are updates on a neighborhood that you currently follow. And then it will show them the neighborhood and the neighborhood name, market stats with a little map that, by the way, they can click into and get more information. Coming on down, these are those market stats. It will show current listings in that neighborhood, which they can click on and view more information for, just like they would like on your KW site when they view a property. It will look like that. And then they'll have an option to jump back into that neighborhood and go even further. Okay. Jorge, tell me what you're talking about when you say social media. You're this smart plan for social media or hmm. And good question. So instead of sending it to your contacts, posting the same thing on social, definitely recommend checking out our class, Building Your Social Media, or Build Your Social Media class. That's probably going to go into more of what you're thinking of. This particular smart plan, well, any smart plan really, the contacts have to be a contact in your command database to be added to the smart plan. So it's not really like a shareable link that you would put on your social media. But our class, Build Your Social Media, goes over some of the things that you might be able to share. I'm racking my brain. Jorge, I'm thinking what you can share. You can definitely look up listings on your website to share there as well. An easy way, get your KW app. We also have a class called Consumer Mobile App. Look up that class. It shows you how to get your KW app on your mobile device, set up your own account, share a property, and you can share directly to your social posts from there. Okay. And so for this Smart Plan monthly neighborhood nurture Smart Plan email, you'll notice it can include multiple neighborhoods in one email. In fact, this one is ginormous. So I'm going to skip all the way to the bottom and click View Entire. And we're going to skip again, go all the way to the bottom, just so I can show you what it looks like at the bottom here. You're welcome, Jorge. So at the bottom, it will also include your branding. It will include a button for them to click on to download your app and your Market Center branding and a team if you're on a team. Any legal footers, and they'll have an unsubscribe option if they want it. Okay. So that's what a monthly neighborhood nurture smart plan email looks like. Also, when it goes out each month, it's automatically updated with the new listings. So again, you don't have to worry about any of that. And you do have the bi-weekly neighborhood nurture if you'd rather it go out every 2 weeks. So you just choose. But for that particular smart plan, you would first want to go to the library and download it, just like I showed you. Now we're going to look for it here within our smart plans. We'll use our search bar here. And here he is, my monthly neighborhood smart nurture smart plan. We already have 2 contacts currently on it, but I want to click the edit pencil just so you can see what this guy looks like on the inside. So we'll click a pencil. Notice our building blocks are grayed out. You can't add any steps to this smart plan, and that's because it's Keller Williams authored, which means editing is limited. Okay, so we can't add any extra steps, but we can view what it currently has in it. Again, that day one sends an email for you. If I click on that email step, it shows you what the subject will be. And the email content, it's automatically created for you, so you don't get much option here to even look at it. Again, add yourself to the smart plan if you'd like to see it. And then it repeats every 30 days. Okay. Unlimited amount of times. This will keep going on forever and years. Okay. I'm going to click X just to come back out of the smart plan. Make our blue boxes go away. Make our little smart plan come back up to the top again. Here he is. So now how do we get contacts added to it? You do have that add button right here for your contacts, but again, it's going to limit it to about 20 people. So I want to show you the best way to do that, and we're going to go to our contacts tab to do that. Keep those questions coming, guys. I'll make sure I stay after class to help get those answered. And so right here from your contacts, with the monthly or biweekly neighborhood nurture, your contact will need a primary email address on file so that they can receive the email. They will also need a neighborhood on file. That neighborhood is what helps customize the content in that email to be for the specific neighborhoods that they are quote unquote following. Let me show you how to do that. You would just click into your person. So let me choose one of our people here that actually has an email. So we'll go with demo person today. I'm going to click his name and come down to neighborhoods on the left-hand side. You may already see a primary neighborhood automatically added to this contact. That happens when you add a primary mailing address or primary physical address onto the contact. It will generate a primary neighborhood based on that location if that location is in a neighborhood. If it's a rural property or maybe it's new construction, it might not generate that neighborhood automatically. That's okay because you can manually add and remove neighborhoods. Let me show you how. So we'll just say we don't have a physical address for this person. We want to manually add a neighborhood, and you can see some have already been added here. It has their names with a little preview right here underneath. But I can click Add Neighborhood. If I know the neighborhood name, I can begin typing it in here, and it should start populating neighborhood names. If it doesn't have one, It's okay. This is a little bit of a harder way to look up the neighborhood anyway. Just choose Find on the map. And from Find on the map, you'll see a little pin dropped here. We'll back up. You got to hold your control button down and you'll back up. Everything you see in green is a neighborhood. Okay. So see when I hover over it, it shows the name of the neighborhood. So I can select any of those. You do not have to select neighborhoods that are within the same area. I can back out my map and go clear across the country and scroll in. Watch me pick the one place in America that doesn't have neighborhoods. Hold on. Let me pick a place with some green. There we go. Got one neighborhood out here in the sticks. So you can come and choose neighborhoods anywhere. You can also type in a street name or a street address right up here, and it will begin populating that area for you. So we'll just choose this one. It'll take you to that pinpoint, scroll in, choose some neighborhoods. Okay. So that's how you choose neighborhoods. Your contact will need at least one neighborhood on file in order for the monthly neighborhood nurture to work. So click save. It gave us our little, there it goes. Saved our little neighborhoods. We see it updated on the timeline. And so now our contact has that primary email address and he has a neighborhood on file. So he's a great candidate for the monthly or the bi-weekly neighborhood nurture. I'm going to come back out to contacts and show you real quick how to use your filters again to find those contacts. So click filters, advanced, and we're going to leave our tags right here, but you would add filter, primary email is not empty, which means they have something in the email field, and we'll want neighborhoods. Neighborhoods is not empty. And these are the filters that you would want to use for either the biweekly or the monthly neighborhood nurture. You're finding contacts that have an email address on file and already has a neighborhood on file. You can click apply to see those contacts. We'll click away, pretend those are those contacts. Make sure you're seeing up to 500 at a time. And then once you are, you can select all up to 500 at a time. And from your bulk action menu, add the Smart Plan. This is your Smart Plan drawer. You can find that Smart Plan by typing in the name. There's my monthly neighborhood nurture Smart Plan and click select. Now, one of our little guys is missing an email and it's just letting you know that. You can choose to add to a plan anyway if this was a plan that maybe had other steps ahead of the email step, so he could still have a task created for you or still have a call reminder for you. You can go ahead and add them to the Smart Plan anyway, or just choose to remove contacts with those particular errors. You make the choice. Since this Smart Plan is only an email step, I'm going to go ahead and choose remove contacts so that he's not added. There's no point. This is how you schedule a Smart Plan right here. When you're scheduling a Smart Plan, you have three options. Number one, you can start all right now, meaning this contact would be added right now to this Smart Plan and the email would go out to them immediately. Please be careful if you're working with a massive database and the Smart Plan you're using has tasks for you, the agent. You do not want to come into the office tomorrow with 500 call reminders or 500 tasks that you need to start doing, right? So be kind to yourself. Don't start all now if you're working with a large database. You do have the option to start on a specific date, and you can choose it from the calendar. Or the third option is stagger start. Now, we only have like what, 5 contacts chosen here, so we can't go super high on a stagger start. But what this is it will allow you to have them added to the Smart Plan in increments. Let's say you're adding 500 contacts to a Smart Plan. It does have a task reminder for you, so you want to limit how many tasks you have created for you. So you could stagger start and just put it on like stagger 15. That means today 15 contacts will be added to that smart plan. Tomorrow, 15 more. The next day, 15 more, and so on until the total 500 are added. This way, they all get added to the smart plan, but they stagger started so that you only have 15 tasks created for you each day. Okay. Once you're done choosing whichever route you want to go, click that you understand the Telephone Consumer Protection Act and click confirm. We chose Start All Now, so you'll get a banner of success saying that it's scheduled and those contacts will be added to that particular smart plan right away. They'll get that email right away. Okay? That's how you add up to 500 contacts at a time to a smart plan. If we were working with more than 500, I would then simply just click this next page arrow and select my next 500 and follow the steps again to add to the smart plan. There's no max number of contacts you can add to a smart plan. It's just you're limited to add them in groups of 500 at a time. Okay. We have just a couple of minutes left. I'm going to bounce back over to our Smart Plans tab here and jump back into the custom smart plan with the create button at the top. I just want to show you a couple of things here really quick. Again, remember our steps, our building blocks are over here with our editing options over here. See where it says trigger tags on the far right-hand side? It says auto add and remove rules. You can add a trigger tag to a smart plan. And if you add that tag, let's say it's smart plan ready, we'll add that tag as a trigger on this smart plan. That means that in the future, any contact that gets that tag added to it would automatically start on the smart plan. Let me give you another idea. Let's say you come and create a custom smart plan that maybe it's an email step. Maybe it has like a 30-second video of yourself introducing yourself saying, "Hey, I'm going to be reaching out to you shortly, so watch your phone. But in the meantime, here's some free resources to get you started." And you give them a link to download your app. That would be a great way to set up a trigger on that smart plan that would help that smart plan trigger automatically for new leads that come into your database. So it's just something to keep in mind. You can set up smart plans to start automatically and start leveraging your command even more heavily through automation by using these trigger tags. You also have some auto remove options if you want them. And in our last 2 minutes, let me show you the text option here. If we were going to add a text step to our email, or excuse me, a text step to our smart plan, I just wanted to show you the two different types that are available if you choose to get Twilio. It's where you can send the automated text, right? Because you have Twilio, but there's static and there's dynamic. Static, it's only this one text right here. You can use your tags, your merge tag to include their name so it's personal. You can use emojis right here if you want. But whatever's in this one text box is the only text that those contacts are going to get, even if they travel through this smart plan repeatedly. So let's say you set it up to text your contact once a month or once a quarter. Well, this is the text they'll get every time they roll through the smart plan. But there is a dynamic option. It gives you the option to build up to 6 text messages, all of them different, so that it's a little less automated feeling, a little less robotic, and a little more personal. That means every time the contact rolls through this smart plan, they would get a different text from you, again, making it a little more personal. So that's one of the features I wanted to make sure that you knew it has. And for the email step here, let me cancel our little text guy and come over to our email step. There's also 2 options here as well. It can be a simple email, which means literally the only thing you type into this field for the subject and the body of the email, that's exactly what they're going to get, just that text. But you do have the option to do a designs email through Smart Plans. And if you haven't jumped into command designs yet, definitely check out those classes on our YouTube. We also teach them live on Thursdays, but you're able to have just a beautiful design with images, links, videos, all the things you can have added right here through an email and have that sent out to your contacts. All right, guys, that's the end of class. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. If you're here with me live, go ahead, make sure you're putting those questions in the chat. I'll stay for a couple of seconds and get those answered. And if you're watching this back on recording and you have any questions, you can always reach us by email, support@scottleroymarketing.com, and we'll be happy to help. Thanks for watching.